Hello. Jason of New Age Revolution down here in the cave for a video. Yes, that's right. We do videos here on this channel. This was going to be the video last night, but then I had to talk about the best Ultimate Warrior ever from XOX Customs. Whatever. Go check out that video. Order it. Get in the contest. You know that whole deal. Anyway, tonight is the physical media update. Yeah, the movies, the Blu-rays, 4Ks, DVDs, VHS, if applicable, that I have watched this week, and the physical media that I have purchased this week. You guys have heard of physical media. It's these disc thingies that are, going out of business, it seems. Where you go into a store and you pay a ridiculous amount of money for a movie that you can get on a streaming site for pennies on the dollar. But that's okay, because we're collectors and we're nuts and we want to go pay $20 for a movie that we can see for free on Netflix. But that's all right. That's all right, because that's physical media and we love it and we don't want it to go anywhere. But it is, sadly. Anyway, tonight we talk about, like I said, the movies that I have purchased, the movies that I have watched, and in tonight's episode's case, the television shows that I have started, and the season that I have already completed, and the dog who is usually laying right next to me watching my movies. How are you? Did you enjoy Growing Pains last night, right? Did you enjoy The Seavers? Yes, I did enjoy The Seavers. See, she's nodding. See, that's a nod. Yes, I did enjoy The Seavers. Okay, anyway, let's do it. Let's talk about the movies that I've purchased. Okay, so first of all, for the extremely low price of $5.99, as I was walking through Best Buy, which is their movie section is getting smaller and smaller, and in some Best Buys around the country have completely disappeared. But for $5.99, I got Heat. Heat apparently is a fantastic movie with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. I have seen it. Hooah! I have seen it way long time ago when I wasn't paying attention to movies, so I probably watched it and didn't pay attention to it. But apparently this is fantastic. It's got a big old 4K release coming out later in the next couple of months. But I'm good with movies like this, I'm not going to upgrade to 4K, right? I'll upgrade movies like Jurassic World or, maybe the Marvel movies, Star Wars, those Rambo, those big time action movies, I'll upgrade to 4K. But Heat, right? No, I'm not gonna buy a 4K of Heat. But anyway, it's coming out. Al Pacino versus Robert De Niro again, right? Two legendary actors facing off. I think Pacino's the cop, De Niro's the bad guy, but they're friends, kind of, sort of, or whatever. I don't know. And Heat. Heat is supposed to be very good. I'll watch this eventually. It's in my pile of stuff to watch. But you got to be in a mood for this kind of movie. But and usually I'm in the mood for my other purchase from Amazon for I think like $12 or so. Some Kind of Wonderful, a 1980s. What is this? 80 blah blah blah. I can't ever find 87. 1987. Of course, John Hughes. John Hughes and Howard Deutsch, who teamed up for Pretty in Pink, are teaming up for Some Kind of Wonderful, featuring Eric Stoltz, Mary Stuart Masterson, who's like smoking 80's hot, and Leah Thompson, who is also kind of smoking 80's hot too. I think. Like, whenever I see Leah Thompson, I just think of Back to the Future. But I don't know. That's kind of like smoking 80's hot, isn't it? So, anyway, Eric Stoltz, teenage angst, love, I assume high school. and blah 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 that only John Hughes and the 80's can produce. So this is the mood that I'm in. This is probably going to be watched this weekend. I'm looking forward to this one. Some Kind of Wonderful. The television, we'll do the movie. The movie that I watched was the movie that I told you about last week when I said I was going to go to Walmart on Tuesday release day and try to pick out a cheese ball, low budget, $9.99 horror DVD from Walmart. And last week I got a movie called We Need to Do Something with Pat Healy, Vanessa Shaw, and Sierra McCormick. Sierra McCormick, I assume, is a new actress, and Pat Healy and Vanessa Shaw are older actors. Pat Healy's creepy, creepier than I gave him credit for when I first saw him in the first few minutes of the movie. So here's the deal. This is I don't think all of these movies that I buy for $9.99 are going to be blockbusters. But I'm only going to buy horror, and I'm not going to buy sharks, and I'm not going to buy alligators, and I'm not going to buy stupid stuff like that. I'm only going to buy horror, and I'm going to go into it with an extremely open mind. And I went into this movie with an extremely open mind, and it was fine. So basically this family, the very opening scenes of the movie is the family running into their bathroom and basically hunkering down because a storm is coming. And as the storm comes, a tree falls into their roof or falls through their roof and blocks the bathroom door, or so they think, right? So they can't get out of the bathroom. And the whole freaking movie takes place in the bathroom with some flashbacks and things like that. But basically this family can't get out of the bathroom, and all of their demons, especially the father's demons, start to play a role in their lives in the bathroom. And then I guess through flashbacks, we find out that Sierra McCormick, the daughter in the movie, has a little something to do with what the heck they're all doing in the bathroom and what's happening. She, without giving it away, she has unleashed something through doing something completely unrelated to her family, completely unrelated to the bathroom. It's almost like she stirred something up, and it's coming to get them. And so basically, we watch this family deteriorate in a bathroom, stuck, while they can't get out because of stuff that's going on outside their door that they have no idea what's going on outside their door. And that's the movie. So movies like this usually don't end all that well. The ending of this movie was like, oh, it didn't like summarize everything. It wasn't this grand finale. It just kind of stopped. Just like that movie that I talked about that like hackers hacking into broadcast signal interruption or broadcast signal intrusion, I think it was called. That movie just ended. It's like they do really well and they just can't bring it home. This movie was fine, just couldn't bring it home. For $9.99, do I recommend it? No, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're going to go have fun with $10 cheese ball DVDs from Walmart and you want to watch a new horror movie that you haven't seen, go ahead and get it. It's pretty cool. It's okay. Not a big deal. I didn't mind it. It was fine. And that's the attitude that I'm going to have going into these movies when I get them from Walmart. In fact, I have to go to Walmart this week and see what has come out since last week. Now, you know that I finished Different Strokes and I reviewed it. Well, I have started Growing Pains. And what I didn't remember, I guess, was that I had already started Growing Pains about a year ago. And I'd gotten through like the first maybe 10 episodes of season 1. And I only had about 7 or 8 more to go. So when I picked this back up, I only had half of season 1 to finish, and I've already finished it. So I finished season 1 of The Growing Pains. I have all the seasons on DVD, I'm sure this time. And I love this show. I love this show. Different Strokes started off, nostalgic for me, then got really bad and annoying, and then picked up again. I got a feeling that this show is probably going to stay pretty steady for me. I like everybody in this show. I think this is an awesome family. I love all three kids. I think I'll probably be slightly annoyed by Ben Seaver later on in the seasons, but I like him as a kid. I've always loved Kirk Cameron, and I don't care what he's into and how he's, kind of, a little religiously aggressive these days. I mean, Kirk Cameron is, I'm not giving you breaking news here. He's kind of a punchline these days. I don't care. I still think he's Kirk Cameron. Tracy Gold is fine. She's cool. She's fine as who? What's her? Carol Seaver. And then why can't I remember? Alan Thicke and Joanna Kearns as the parents. Jason and Maggie Seaver are great. I love Alan Thicke. I think he's fantastic. Is it a coincidence that Alan Thicke sang the theme song to Different Strokes and now I'm watching Growing Pains? Yes, it is a coincidence. It has nothing to do with each other. Joanna Kearns, kind of like 80's mom, hot, kinda, sorta. I wouldn't use the word hot, but attractive. And Alan Thicke is just cool. And the kids are cool, and the show is cool. I like it. It's a good show, and season 1 was fun. They did deal with a few serious issues, like an uncle's death that Mike Seaver, Kirk Cameron, is having a hard time with, and so the uncle kind of comes back as a ghost a few times and talks to Mike and, basically moves on. So, okay, fine, serious, sort of, but fun. And then other than that, no real major serious episodes, except early in season 1, we've got Dana Plato from Different Strokes playing a loose, do the kids say loose? A loose girlfriend of Mike's who is trying to bed Mike Seaver, as they say, and Mike Seaver can't do it, and he's like, no, he passes. He passes on Dana Plato's advances, right? So that's a big thing that happened in season 1. Anyway, I love this show, and I know that I'm going to enjoy all of them, all the seasons. I think there's 7, and I'm going to like them all. So that's it. That's it. We've got Some Kind of Wonderful and Heat to add to the Blu-ray pile. That's about 13 or 14 deep now that I have to watch. I knocked off one of them by watching We Need to Do Something, and I'll give it a solid 5.5 out of 10, which is a good ranking. I think on IMDb this got like 4.5 out of 10. And horror critics and movie critics are just awful. 5.5 out of 10 is a decent score. I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. I would for $9.99. What the heck? Why not? If you can watch it for free somewhere, go ahead. But why not? And then we started a series that I know I'm going to love from start to finish, Growing Pains. I'm truly going to like this. I'm going to start season 2 later tonight. That's it. That's the physical media update. Number 3. I'm going to hit up Walmart tomorrow and see if they put out anything new in the $9.99 horror world. And if I get something, then I'll talk to you about it next episode. That's it. We're out of here. That's the physical media update. Good night now.